Welcome back to Book to Read. We're diving deep this time, episode 22.
Oh, yeah.
We're going deep into Khaled Hosseini's The Kite Runner.
Amazing book.
A story that takes us right to Afghanistan.
Such a powerful story.
Exploring friendship, betrayal, and man, the weight of the past.
Yeah, you really feel that.
All seen through the eyes of Amir, our narrator. His journey set against Afghanistan's history. So tumultuous.
Really makes you think.
It does. The book starts in pre-war Kabul.
Yeah.
Paints such a vivid picture of Amir and Hassan's childhood.
Okay.
They're inseparable.
Yeah.
But there's this stark social divide that shapes their lives.
It's what Hosseini does so well. He uses this contrast, right, to highlight the complexities of their relationship.
Yes.
Amir, from a wealthy family, insecure, constantly seeking his father's approval.
Right.
Hassan, on the other hand, the son of their Hazara servant, he's pure-hearted, loyal, just accepting of his place in society.
I was so struck by how their childhood games reveal so much about their bond. Like when they used Hassan's slingshot
Oh, I remember that.
to shoot walnuts at the neighbor's one-eyed German shepherd.
They were quite the pair. It's almost like even in their mischief, you see the foreshadowing, of what's to come.
Yes.
Hassan, he never wanted to do it.
No.
But he wouldn't deny Amir anything.
Never.
It speaks volumes about the depth of their friendship and the power dynamic.
Totally. And that scene with a magic mirror,
Yes.
where Ali tells them about the devil using mirrors to distract Muslims during prayer.
It's a small detail,
It is.
but it adds so much.
Cultural richness.
To
Yeah.
their world. Those little details, they're crucial. Hosseini uses them, like mentioning the bustling bazaars, the music of Ahmad Zahir, the Bookspace tournament.
Yes.
It just immerses you in Afghan culture.
And then Baba, Amir's father.
Baba.
His relationship with Amir feels so crucial
Absolutely.
to the story. Amir craves his love, his approval,
Yeah.
but there's this distance, unspoken disappointment. What do you think? Do you think Baba's harshness stems from love or from his own unresolved issues?
That's a great question. Maybe even a reflection of societal norms, right? Of that time.
Baba is complex. He values strength, courage, traits he just doesn't see in Amir,
Right.
which pushes Amir to seek validation in other ways, even if it leads to devastating consequences.
Like the kite fighting tournament.
Yes, the turning point.
Oh, the atmosphere Hosseini creates is electric. Crowded rooftops, music in the air, everyone's caught up in the excitement. It's where Amir sees his chance.
To win Baba's approval.
Exactly.
You can feel the tension building, the anticipation.
Yes. But this victory, it comes at a terrible cost.
It does.
Hassan, always a loyal friend, runs the fallen kite for Amir, utters that now iconic line.
For you, 1,000 times over.
Yes. Such selfless devotion, and it makes the betrayal that follows just heartbreaking.
It is. It's the defining moment. Asif, the bully who represents the worst of the prejudice against Hazaras,
Ow.
corners Hassan, and Amir witnesses this assault.
I know.
In a moment of cowardice, chooses to remain silent.
It changes everything.
Everything. Amir sacrifices Hassan to gain Baba's approval, a decision that will haunt him for years to come.
It's chilling to see how fear and self-preservation can have such devastating consequences.
Like a bomb goes off, shattering the easy camaraderie of their childhood. You can feel the guilt gnawing at Amir, poisoning his interactions with Hassan and Ali, and mirroring the turmoil in Amir's soul. The political landscape in Afghanistan erupts.
Yes.
The Russian invasion forces Amir and Baba to flee, leaving behind their life of privilege and the ghost of Hassan's unwavering loyalty.
But you know what they say about the past?
It always has a way of catching up.
It does. And years later, Amir receives a call from Rahim Khan, Baba's close friend, summoning him back to Afghanistan.
To a war-torn Afghanistan.
His words are cryptic. There is a way to be good again.
Wow.
Setting Amir on a path of redemption, a journey back to confront the ghosts of his past.
This return to Kabul. It's symbolic on so many levels.
Oh, wow.
You find yourself in a city ravaged by war. Amir's childhood home, a dilapidated shell of its former self. It's a reflection of the devastation of the country.
And his own internal decay.
He learns about Hassan's fate
His marriage, his son, his tragic death.
at the hands of the Taliban,
Heartbreaking.
especially with the added weight of Rahim Khan's revelation
Oh, tell me about it.
that Hassan was Baba's illegitimate son.
Making Sohrab Amir's nephew.
Reframing their entire past, and fuels Amir's quest to rescue Sohrab. Do you think rescuing Sohrab is just about saving a child?
That's a good question.
Or is it more? About Amir atoning for his past, for betraying Hassan? Could this be his chance?
To finally break the cycle of guilt.
Find some kind of redemption. It makes me think about how we carry the weight of our past with us, how one bad decision can impact us for years to come. And it also makes me think about redemption, about whether it's truly possible to make amends for past wrongs. You know, if you're looking for a way to connect with other readers and dive deeper into books like The Kite Runner, or any book that really gets you thinking,
You should check out the Bookspace app.
such a great app. You can share your thoughts, favorite quotes, discover new books, and even organize your own virtual library.
It's like having a book club right in your pocket. You can find Bookspace on the App Store and Google Play.
Now, getting back to The Kite Runner, Amir's search for Sohrab leads him to an orphanage. But he soon discovers that Sohrab has been taken by Asif, who is now a high-ranking Taliban official.
Talk about facing your demons head on.
Right.
It's like a direct parallel to that alley scene from their childhood, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
But this time things are different. Amir, this time, he fights back.
He does.
He risks his life to save Sohrab, finally confronting his own cowardice.
Right.
It's like he's finally living up to those words of Baba's, a boy who won't stand up for himself becomes a man who can't stand up to anything.
Powerful. Such a powerful moment of transformation for Amir. But escaping Afghanistan with Sohrab? Well, it isn't easy.
No, it's not.
Sohrab is traumatized, withdrawn,
Yeah.
carrying the weight of his experience.
It's just he's a stark contrast to the vibrant, loyal Hassan that we remember from Amir's childhood. It raises a question for me. Can the wounds of the past truly heal?
That's a big one.
Sohrab's silence is so powerful.
It is.
It speaks to the enduring impact of trauma, a reminder that redemption, well, it's a long and arduous process.
It really makes you think about how trauma can manifest in different ways,
Yeah.
especially in children. And it makes you appreciate the long road to recovery that Sohrab has ahead of him.
Absolutely. It's almost as if his silence is a form of self-preservation, wouldn't you say?
Yes, very much so.
And then they reach America, finally.
They do.
Amir and his wife, Soraya, they struggle
They do.
to provide Sohrab with stability, healing. It's slow, painstaking process, filled with setbacks, moments of despair.
There's that scene where Amir is reflecting on Sohrab's silence.
Yeah.
He says, "It was as if he built a wall around himself and I was trying to find a way in."
Wow.
That image really got to me. It captures perfectly the isolation, the pain that Sohrab is experiencing.
Such a powerful image. And then amidst all this struggle, a glimmer of hope. Remember the kite flying?
Oh, that scene. It's beautiful.
Initially, Sohrab, he's reluctant, but he participates.
He does.
And for a fleeting moment, this faint smile, it flickers across his face.
Yes.
It's tiny, that spark, but it signifies so much potential for healing.
And in that moment, Amir echoes Hassan's words from their childhood. "For you, 1,000 times over." Such a loaded gesture, offering hope for a future where both Amir and Sohrab can find peace.
It's like he's trying to rewrite the past, don't you think? To offer Sohrab the love and loyalty that he denied Hassan, full circle. What do you think? Can the past ever truly be rewritten?
Ooh, that's a question that lingers. I think The Kite Runner leaves us with a sense of fragile optimism, acknowledging that the past, well, it can't be erased. But through acts of courage and compassion, maybe healing and forgiveness are possible.
A reminder of the enduring power of human connection, even in the face of immense suffering.
It speaks to the resilience of the human spirit.
The Kite Runner doesn't shy away from the complexities of human nature.
It doesn't.
It shows us that even deeply flawed individuals, they can seek redemption. Sometimes it can be found in the most unexpected places.
I find it interesting how Hosseini uses the backdrop of Afghanistan's history, so tumultuous, to parallel the turmoil in Amir's life.
I agree.
The Russian invasion, the rise of the Taliban.
The destruction of Kabul.
All these events serve as such powerful metaphors.
Yeah. It's like the country itself becomes a character, mirroring the character's own journeys of loss, displacement, the struggle for survival.
And I love how Hosseini uses those vivid descriptions, the sensory details,
Yes.
to really immerse you in Afghan culture.
You can practically smell the spices in those bustling bazaars.
Or hear the music during the kite fighting tournaments.
It's through those details that you come to understand the beauty, the complexity of Afghan society. A society so rich in tradition, yet deeply scarred by conflict.
They really make you feel connected, to the story, to the characters.
Right.
I think that's one of the reasons why the Kite Runner is so impactful.
It allows you to experience another culture.
Understand the human cost of war on a deeper level.
It's a story that stays with you long after you finish reading it.
Definitely. I know I'll be thinking about Amir and Sohrab's journey for a long time to come.
One thing that keeps coming back to me is how Hosseini uses symbolism to add layers of meaning to the story.
Oh yeah, like the kites themselves. They're not just toys.
No.
They represent freedom, aspiration,
Right.
those fleeting moments of joy amidst hardship. What about you? What symbol stood out?
Pomegranate tree.
Yeah.
You know, that place of childhood memories, shared secrets, becomes a symbol of lost innocence. The broken bond between Amir and Hassan, and even the act of running the kite, so central to the story.
It takes on a deeper significance, doesn't it?
It does. It's not just a game.
Yeah.
An act of loyalty, devotion, even sacrifice. Makes you think about the sacrifices we make for those we love, the consequences that follow.
And the scars, both physical and emotional, that mark the characters.
All those scars, like constant reminders of the past.
Wounds that may never fully heal. Can we ever truly escape our past? Or are we forever shaped by the events that have marked us? The Kite Runner makes you grapple with that.
It does.
It challenges us on so many levels, forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves.
Our capacity for both good and evil.
And it asks tough questions about forgiveness, about redemption. Can one good deed truly atone for a lifetime of guilt and regret? Makes you think about the ways our actions have consequences, that ripple outwards, affecting not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. And yet, amidst all the darkness and pain, the Kite Runner offers a glimmer of hope.
It does.
Reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there's always the possibility for healing,
For growth.
for a better future.
The importance of empathy and understanding. It gives us a glimpse into another culture. Allows us to step into the shoes of others, confront difficult truths about the world around us.
Before we wrap up, I want to remind our listeners about Bookspace, a fantastic resource for connecting with other book lovers. If you enjoyed this deep dive, you'll love Bookspace.
It's a community app. Create your own virtual library, share favorite quotes, discover new books, engage in discussions with other readers.
Like having a book club right in your pocket. You can find Bookspace on the App Store and Google Play. And a final thought-provoking question for you. The novel ends with a sense of ambiguity. Sohrab shows a glimmer of hope, but his trauma runs deep. Do you believe someone who has witnessed and experienced such profound trauma can truly heal and find happiness?
And if so, what role do forgiveness and redemption play in that process? It's a question that resonates long after you finish the book. I think The Kite Runner ultimately leaves us with a sense of hope, a belief in the resilience of the human spirit.
It reminds us that while the past can't be erased, we can choose how we move forward. We can choose compassion, forgiveness, and ultimately, we can choose to be good again. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Khaled Hosseini's powerful novel. Until next time, happy reading.